Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back with the Super Mega Baseball 3 Electro Sports League and Bulldozer Power. We're 10-7 at the moment and we're taking on the wretched Minstrels who are chasing after, well, presumably some kind of playoff kind of endeavour. I've dropped the ego. Yeah, it's alright. My ego's in check. I don't mind. I don't mind playing at a lower difficulty as long as we actually play well. Let's have a look. Furious is still missing out on his mood. Steve's mood is down and he's also a bit winded, but we're going to leave him in. Now, once again, it's trying to flog me Quebec flipping Spire as my pitcher, and you know what? I'm going to let him pitch. I'm going to let him have one inning and we'll see how. Alright, well, very clearly a home game for us here, and Flash Bandit is going to be first up to bat. And, well, Flash is locked in, he's fit, he's got 7 home runs this season, 20 runs batted in. He is, by all accounts, quite good. Oh, well, let's get this on. Nice pitch from Quebec there. Okay, alright, I don't think it's going to hold, but, you know, well, let's see what we get. That was a smidge on the low side. Alright, let's try one of these. Alright, okay, yeah, that's, I mean, maybe that was a bit easy. One of you get it. I really don't mind who. Chuck it to third. There we go. Alright, well, we give a 2-base hit there, and that's not what you want. Rourke Justice next up. A little bit winded. Obviously, the team has been under pressure lately to something that has left them a little bit breathless. But whatever it is they get up to on the tour bus is entirely up to them. Chuck it. Oh, he wasn't going there, Steve. No, he was going to third. Oh. Do try and pay some attention, won't you? Okay, well, you know, it is what it is. We'll take the easy one there. I don't think we'll get the out running to home. That's 1 out, 1 run. Here's Fink Conduct. And, I mean, it could just be me. It could just be the size of her helmet. But it looks to me like her head is too big for her body. I would imagine, having grown up so far, she's worked to overcome that. But even so, I mean, you know, just... You make these observations and you go, oh, I wonder if it's going to make any kind of a difference to their play at all, and it doesn't appear that it has. Here's Jerome Disquiet, who has bad jumps. All right, well, I mean, it's not the Olympics, so I doubt that's a big problem, is it? That one's gone skyward. Cindy's waving for it, and that's out number 2. Here's Scooter Blom, and well, he's a B-rated batter, but he's only batted 211 this season, which is, I mean, that's not a good number. Kojak's got that one, and that'll set him on the road to ruin. All right, well, a run given up, perhaps less than ideally, and that'll give Zoltan his first meeting with former Bulldozer Power pitcher, flinging Fuegas. Who? What? Zoltan. That's the fella. He's in no hurry here. And, yeah, that's gone pretty well. He's got that one out, and he's got himself to first. Doesn't happen very often. Here's Furious. I'm saying nothing about the fella. I'm giving him every opportunity to... He's going to get caught there. I mean, he went for the fence on the first pitch. Should have waited for maybe the second, third, subsequent, you know, give him the opportunity to get settled. Here's Papal, 22 runs batted in this season. He's a hell of a player. But is today his day, or is it going to be like several other days that he's had, where it is not his day? Well, yeah, stick around, we'll find out in a moment. I wang that one down into foul. That's ball 2, strike 1. Ball 3. Fuegas flinging anything but legit pitches right now. Oh, what are you doing, Papal? That was a walk. Come on, son. Keep your head in the game. There you go. I mean, that was a real edge case, that one, but he's managed to get himself suitably attired out to first base, and that will bring Kojak up with 2 runners on base at the moment. And Kojak also not in much of a hurry. That's okay. Yep. Ball up. That's what they say there. Right. Well, the ball's moving in a mysterious way again, which is a bit disappointing, because that can play havoc with my swing. Or maybe it's just like, whoa! Yeah, that's playing havoc with my swing there. Well, I'm disgusted. Yeah, I mean, it's not often that Kojak strikes out there, but I think I got into my own head a little bit, examining the nature of the pitches that were coming in. Failure there, obviously rattled, bangs one into the crowd, and the crowd don't usually like to be banged with that level of furiosity, and as the side retired. Okay, well, this will bring up Clem Rigid for his first go of the day. Let's see if he's feeling likely. Zoltan's going to need to make some moves on this one. He's there. He's in the zone. He's got the catch. That's number one gone. Here's Randy Shanghai. He's a fast lad, but he's only managing 185 for his season performance so far, which is not exactly what you want to see. All right, Quebec checks his signal, chucks it in there. Gets it away, but Kojak is on it. Now, remember, Quebec is not a good pitcher. They're not a good pitcher at all. Daddy gave up a run, yes, in the first inning. Less than ideal. But he also seems to be putting the ball in the way to be able to give our defensive players, yes, carry on, pretend it didn't happen. Defensive players, a good crack at actually getting to it. Papal there couldn't have been late. No, it wasn't Papal. That was Furious. Furious couldn't have been later there if he'd tried. Here's Fuegas. He's batting .375 this season. That leads me to believe he hasn't done it too often. But good on him. Yeah, it's nice to see a former Bulldozer doing well. I mean, in this case, it would be nice to see a former Bulldozer getting out. But that's going to be reliant on this pitch working. Didn't work. Failure. Has it. Nice piece of fielding, and the side's retired. Still one run in it. Cindy Vapid up next. 388 for her this season, which is pretty good. But remember, of course, that the Bulldozer Power do have a high batting average overall, in part due to an early season charge while the game was far too easy. But every bit as much because I tend to hit it a lot and not score enough. Yeah, we do get hits. But we don't get as many runs as you would expect from the volume of hits that we managed to get. Who was that? I think it was Zoltan. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. Who was that? Steve Murray. Steve Murray there with a hit. Ah, good. Here's Crampons. Well, I think it's everything to play for at the moment. As long as he doesn't get everybody out, we're in good shape. And we're just going to have to see what sort of mood Bernie is in. Now, historically, Bernie has sent one over the fence late in the game, or early in the game. At some point in the game, he's done it often enough that you'd go, you know what, that Crampons, he's got something. Yeah, you're done, Quebec. I'm sorry, but firstly, we've got the opportunity to score. Secondly, you're a terrible pitcher. So we'll bring in Veronica Hammock, who's been in as a pinch hitter on a couple of occasions this season and never truly excelled. In fact, it would be the opposite of that. Now the ball's doing the weird hanging thing again. But Veronica's incredibly phased because the ball's doing the weird hanging thing again. Oh, come on. Well, she's popped that one up. It was too high. So busy tracking the speed of the pitch coming in there that she failed to what the thing with the thing and the thing. Background to Zoltan now. 2 outs, 2 on base. This is an opportunity. If Zoltan can make the magic happen, we could have some action. That's not the level of action we were hoping for. Zoltan there giving up a shorty and leaving the field. Who should we bring on? I'm going to bring in Tulip. Tulip hasn't played for a little while. Tulip now is going to be doing some pitching. Good for her. Well, hopefully good for her. Let's see if she can get anything accomplished. That one's gone into the crowd, landing in somebody. Slush puppy. All right, Tulip there. Second pitch. Well, Furious managed to get the stop, but, I mean, there wasn't much fielding that went on alongside that. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, good job there, Furious. Yeah, you stopped the ball. He went, yeah, I did. I did stop the ball. Yeah, what should we do with it next? I don't know, pick it up maybe, throw it. Oh, that's a thing to do. Anyway, we're round to Rourke Justice, who got the RBI in the first inning. And she's now carrying 2 strikes as we try and get Tulip to deliver. She does. That's another foul there. All right, come on, Tulip. Come on, Tulip. And a strikeout there for Tulip Banter. She's pretty pleased. We're pretty pleased. Everyone's pretty pleased. Here's Fink Conduct with her gigantic head. And, well, she's... it didn't slow her down first time. She did manage to get on base. I do worry, though. I mean, you know, the human neck is only supposed to support so much weight. Zoltan, what are you playing at? Oh, for crying out loud. That looked like it was hanging in the air like nobody's business. Zoltan there not managing to get the catch because he couldn't. Because he was misled by the shadow. Yeah, it was. And Cliff Richard. They all had a part to play in that one. Right, well, back against the wall now because we've got a runner on second, runner on third. Tulip needs to get this done. And so far, it's 2 strikes. Come on, Tulip. Come on, Tulip. Come on, Tulip. No, this is not a time for a fastball. But, if we had a you know, something a bit weird here, that would come in handy. 2 balls now. There it is. Tulip getting it done. And that will bring up Scooter Bois, who has the expression that says, I've got one of the best names in baseball. And doesn't he know it? That was a bit soft, but Zoltan's there. And he actually has it this time. All right, well, another good piece of fielding saves the team. But we've got to get some batting on the go at some point. Oi, frame rate, sort yourself out. We're not doing anything particularly complex here. Let's be having you. All right, this seems to be running a little bit smoother now. That's ball 1, strike 1. Ball 2. Nah, it's still got a bit of a hitch in it. Ball 3. Okay. I reckon it's Fuegas's hair that's causing the problem. And we get the walk. Fuegas disappointed with himself, and he has let down his nation. Where he may be subsequently branded a traitor. Here's Furious. No, Furious is the one you just had. Why do you confuse these two? It's not like the names are similar. You know, you were concerned early on that you were going to call Furious Sponge Bath Furious Sponge Bob. Very often, everybody's out. Here's Kojak Mister on. Well, Bulldozer Power are clinging tenaciously to a 1-run deficit. And showing no signs of overcoming that. Sure, we managed to get the occasional hit, but what we don't have is the occasional run. That is possible if Kojak gets a hustle on. I mean, I said if. Here's Clem Rigid. I don't know how rigid he is. He looks pretty loose from this angle, but you never know. He could be quite stiff underneath there, in need of some kind of sports therapy. Then that's 2 strikes in short order. Tulip is pulling out some duff swings from these batter. Crampons looks like he's going for it. Is he though? Yes. All right. You can't be too sure. No, there's no certainty in these things. Here's Randy Shanghai, and he's in the mood for dancing with the Nolans. And we'll see if he manages to also be in the mood for batting with the baseball. Well, he swung at a load of rubbish there. Let's see if we can't finish him. There it is. Tulip with a strikeout. And that'll bring up scowling Frank Fiasco with his pompadour hair. And he's going to look at him. Look at the level of confidence in the man. He ain't scowling. No. He's Smug Frank Fiasco. That's his name, despite the fact that his batting average this season is completely garbage. Yep, you suck, Scowling Frank. That's why you're scowling. Oh, look at you. Whiff at that one. Crumbs. What a load of rubbish. And what flipping heck, ref. Easy. And the umpire there, fully getting into the game. Big time. His failure. Maybe he's the one to turn things around for us. Another one of those frame ratey flipping pitch. I don't know what it is. I reckon it's Fuegas. I reckon Fuegas is a problem, and the sooner they sub him, the better. But the thing is, I'm going to have to actually get some hits in order for them to sub him. Well, Cindy there with a big swing. I don't think it's enough. Is it enough? It's enough. Cindy Vapid, 2-run home run, and Bulldozer Power are taking the lead. Well, sometimes assistance comes from the most unexpected of places, and today it came from Cindy Vapid, and she put that one over the fence. That'll bring up Steve Murray, and now Bulldozer Power are suddenly looking all right. Steve Murray there with another limp slap there. That's a technical term. To centre field, and that'll get him on base. Here comes the crampons. He had a walk last time. What's he going to do this time? Is he going to walk? I don't exactly know what happened there. He didn't hit it far enough, though. That's for sure. No. I wouldn't have swung at that one, Bernard. No, you got rather swept up in the moment and ended up sacrificing half the team. All right, Tulip's going to get an at-bat. If she manages to get on, never mind. There wasn't really a narrative I was working with there. I was just, filling in the time between then and the side being out. It's Fuegas. Oh, they're keeping him in. Well, whether it's his buoyant hair that is causing the problem or not remains to be seen. He's going to be out anyway. Halfway decent turn of speed from him to trying to get to first, but there's nothing doing. Here's Flash Bandit, who's had a double and a single today. The Minstrels dwelling quite nicely on completely ignoring the first batter jinx and just sticking in a good player, and he's managed to have a good performance out of it. Tulip seems to be a little bit off her game at the moment. Steve. Off the fence. Okay, all right. Ball 2 now, strike 2. And Tulip's going to put that one a bit low. There you go, that brings up the excitement pitch. That might be a bit high. It was a bit high, and Tulip gives up. It's not Tulip banter. It's Tulip banter. What are you talking about? It's Tulip banter. What's the problem? Why are you having trouble with names today? Don't have trouble with names. There's nothing wrong with these names. These names are all perfectly adequate. Can you be perfectly adequate? Oh, it's I don't know. It's a term in relatively common usage, but surely adequate and perfect are two very remote bedfellows. Furious is going to get that. Chucks to second, chucks to third, and everything's done there. All right, another piece of good defensive work there from Bulldozer Power. And here in the bottom of the 5th, the team are leading 2-1. All right, okay. It won't last, no. But we'll claim it while it's available to be claimed. It's got a label on it. It's got our name on it, and we've gone to the left luggage and gone. That's ours. That is. Bosh. Well, Zoltan there getting on base. This is good. I think Zoltan's done that a couple of times today. I'm pretty sure that was Zoltan. Okay, here comes Furious. Are we going to see anything from Furious this time? I leave it hanging, you see. I leave that one out there with a question mark dangling over the top of it, like the sword of Damocles. And we'll see exactly what's going on here. He's in no hurry. Because life is good with 3 balls. There's a very obvious joke in there I'm not going to do. Here comes Papal. Furious there with the walk. That loads us with 1 and 2 runners occupying enemy territory. We were behind. Never mind. No, I had nowhere to go with that one. I gave it a spin. Papal! Event Horizon! Well, there you go. That's a home run. That's stuffed them. That's got us moving. Well, it's been a while since Event Horizon stuck one over the fence, and he has done now. So we can reset that timer. It has been 0 days since Papal Event Horizon scored a home run and got us. Yeah, get off my pitch, Fuegas. Eddie Brazil coming on in. All right, well, let's see if she's got uncanny pitching characteristics or whether there's other business at play here. There's ball 1. Yep, ball 2. Got a strike already, but we let the first one go. Ball 3. Kojak is not really biting on any of this. Strike 2. Kojak waiting for it. Kojak no longer waiting for it, and run out of first. Kojak having a bad day. 3 at-bats, 3 outs for her, but it happens to the best of us. Failure there. Just wasting the opportunity. Here comes Cindy. Home run from her last time around, which is nice. I mean, it's good. But she's only 1 or 2 today. Let's not get... Cindy, get your head in the game. There. Smack. Oh, what a catch. Scooter Bois. Yeah, making a good diving catch. But Bulldozer Power, as we head into the 6th inning, lead 5 runs to 1. We are in no way out of the woods yet. No, we're not. The woods that we are in, we are still in. Tulip. Come on, concentrate. Come on. Do you mind? Bit of concentration. Bit of putting it in the right place. That's close. Good. Okay, right, here we go. And one of these. Tulip Banter with another strikeout there. Think conduct. Not biting on anything. Should have bitten on something, though, because she's gone now. Here's Jerome. And he's tense. Yeah, he's out there at Glastonbury. And he's stumbling around in the middle of the night. Failure, get the ball. Oh, for crying out loud, man. I mean, some kind of indication of whether a jump would be worthwhile. It's like, if the ball is a high arcer, you sometimes lose the ground position that it is following. Failure very much could have had the catch there. Maybe I shouldn't just give it up. Maybe you should always go for the jumpy, divey, catchy thingamajiggy there. Yeah, but you see, I didn't know if it was coming to him directly, in which case a jumping catch might have been a bad move, or whether it was going over the fence, like it did. All right, well, whichever way you cut it, Bulldozer Power there, giving up a soft home run. And that's not what you want when you're trying to preserve what, in our case, is a pretty slim lead. That's a good pitch. It's going to go to Cindy. She's going to overrun it. I'm bitterly disappointed with that. In fact, as to be said, as much as I'm praising the fielding for having shut the Minstrels down so far, they aren't doing their best to try and get them back. There you go, words. Are just one of the luxury items that can be provided if you upgrade to the premium season ticket rather than the half-baked freeloader ticket. I leave it up to you, but if you want premium commentary, you've probably come to the wrong place. Anyway, that's out number 2. Papal Mare making a catch. Cindy now has the ball. And that will bring up Randy Shanghai. 0 for 2 today. Who apparently is quite... No, it won't bring up Randy Shanghai at all. It will bring up Jack Mercury, who's been subbed in, because Randy Shanghai can't hit anything. Jack Mercury there. Good swing, good swing, good swing. Papal's near. Well, that was being stuffed on top of the bike shed. I don't think, even with the half-hearted jump that we did there, we weren't close to getting it. Oh, shut up. Everyone stop high-fiving him. He doesn't deserve it. Yeah, it was the first pitch. Yeah, it was a home run. But he still doesn't deserve it. Give him a fastball. This is Scowling Frank. Strikeout Frank fiasco here is going to see what he's got in face of Tulip, the business banter. Oh, crikey. I'm stepping on it all. There's a hole in my commentary, dear Liza, and it's all just terrifically poor. Right, okay. Anyway, look, Tulip. Have we done it? No. Yeah, go on, Sind. Have a dive. That one's gone out to right field there. Failures returning to set at first, but the runner's made the base. Here's Eddie Brazil, the pitcher. The score differential now is only down to one run. So one would hope that we can dispatch the pitcher without too much hassle. There's strike 2. Slide him out. Come on, Tulip. Get it done. Tulip, Tulip, Tulip. There it is. All right, good. Right. Well, that was a poor inning there. And all of a sudden, the Minstrels are back in it. Bulldozer Power now leading 5-4. Jack Mercury being subbed out for Jermaine Jazz Hammock. Okay. I didn't see who's back for us. Who is back for us? It's Steve. Hello, Steve. How's it going? That's strike 2. What are you talking about? Ball 1 there. Come on. Well, Steve's not going to get on base this time, but he's done all right so far today. He's had a couple of trips to first, and you know that's okay. Meanwhile, Crampo has managed to get everybody out a couple of times, I think. So it's about time that Crampo did something worthwhile. Probably at his next at bat. Here's Tulip. We're going to let her have a go. Come on, Tulip. Well, the ambition is clear there from Tulip. Banter. And that ambition has fallen some way short. Dreams crushed. She returns to the dugout and retires the side. And Flash Bandit is up again. Double, single, walk. Is there anything he hasn't done today? Well, it's a home run, isn't it? Why would you say that? Why? Why would you invite the Bandit to crampons? Oh, he almost had it. That would have been great. I'd have made quite a lot of noise if he had that one. I made quite a lot of noise when he dropped it, but, you know, I'd have made more noise if he had it. There's Rourke Justice, tense, well, let's see. That one's wide of the line. All right, here we go. And this is where you're going to make your money, Tulip. Whoa, gently does it. And we give up a base on that one. Tulip throws a clunker, and Steve can't hang on to it, and we give up a base. All right, that's strike 2, ball 1. Tulip, put him away. It's a bit high. Swung at it. Steve can't be bothered getting off his out of his stance. That's what they call it, you know. He's in a stance. That's not a bad pitch. And that was in the crowd as well. Tulip, she's starting to look a bit tired, friends. All right, when are you subbing her? Made the decision to keep her in. Look, she got the strikeout. Think Conduct up next. Large head notwithstanding, she's got on base twice from 3 at-bats this time around. And we're going to make a substitution because Tulip is very tired. Right, okay. It's time for the Conservative. We need a win. All right, come on, Jeff. Let's be having you. There's number 1. Like a laser. Well, it wasn't like a laser. It was drifting around all over the place. Faley's going to have to make a move to get to that one. Well, his angle was wrong. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it was foul anyway, but that was an opportunity for an out that would have been quite nice. Kojak, oh, for crying out loud. If you get a glove to it, hold on to it, all right? It's really not that tough a concept, people. Enough of this flapping the ball in the wrong direction all over the place. If it's going near your glove, it stays in your glove. All right, it's a simple. I don't know what we're doing at practice this week. All right, here come. We're going to try a change up here against Jerome with Disquiet and see if he bites. No, the accuracy was rubbish and he didn't bite. That one's gone deep enough for Zoltan to have a look. He's had a look. He's caught it. All right. Good job. Stop dropping the ball, people. No, I mean, that might not have been a crisis situation, but if you would please try and keep a handle on things. And that should do it. Side retired, but they have tied the game in the 7th. As we go into the bottom of the 7th now, we're up to the top of our order. And it's Zoltan. 2 times on base today. From 3 attempts, not bad. That's ball number 1. Zoltan not interested. He is interested in that one though, and puts it into a traditional fat man's pace. I say that, of course, because both Zolt and Steve have been targeting that exact position. This seems to work for him quite well. His furious 2-walk sponge bath. He's well, as the name implies there, he's got on base twice, and now he's had a hit. Hooray! Well, All of a sudden, Bulldozer Power, they've got some momentum. Can they do anything with it? Can they indeed? I think this could be a double play. No, Papal makes it to first. We lose one runner there, but we now have someone on third, and it's time for Kojak Mistron to step up and earn her fan base. She's not doing it with that one. No. That one. It's good. And Kojak there getting the job done. We're going to go greedy. And that's 2 runs batted in. And I do believe that might have been a 3-base hit. A triple there from Kojak Mistron, who'd been quiet all game. And life is all of a sudden lively. Adam Lawsuit has come in to pitch against failure. He's thrown a strike and a ball so far. He should be limber. He's not that. He might be limber, but he's not accurate. Come on, son. Failure. Puts it in a difficult place. And we'll have another run batted in. And Bulldozer Power extend their lead out to 3 with, I don't know, I haven't caught, how many outs have we got so far? 1 out so far this inning. Here's Cindy. Well, Cindy has done enough for us today already. If she decides to do a little bit more, I'm not going to stop her. But she's already made a name for herself. And she puts that one in a tough pace. We'll get on base. And Failure advances to second. Well, Bulldozer Power all of a sudden looking a little bit more competent than they have in the last couple of games, but that's probably because I've dropped the difficulty level by 1 single point. Yeah. There might be 1 single point, son, but it's 1 whole tier. Steve couldn't quite make it a first, but we've got runners now, second and third. And here's Crampons, who's been ruddy useless today. And, well, whether or not he can pull anything out of the bag here, it really doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, I suppose, but, you know, I'm not going to hold it against him. That's good enough. And that's another run batted in. Well, this is this looked like it might be a low-scoring game. Adam Lawsuit, they've gone, no. There's no limit. And here's Ben Radical coming on in his place. And it is Jeff, the conservative, who is now facing the pitching. He's out. He's a pitcher. It doesn't matter. It's okay. We did some damage there. We got 4 runs. Lead's now 4. Going into the 8th. Here's Clem Rigid. He hasn't had anything today, Clem. Poor fella. You have to feel sorry for him. He's got a career to think about. Yep, and, you know, he's just bought himself a new house in the town. Moved his family down there. Kids have changed schools. Go on, Papal. 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 Never mind. Okay, right. We didn't get him on that. To be honest, I think I was a bit optimistic. But you know what? We're doing all... Oh, dear. I was literally about to say we're doing all right. I'm going to just keep my big mouth shut when it comes to any kind of a... Oh, okay. Jazz Hammock's out. St. Crabthorne is in. St. Crabthorne, it looked like sitting out this game because she's carrying a bit of a, you know, a bit of a knock. But she's... How did you anticipate that? How can you anticipate a first pitch flipping curveball when you haven't played yet today? Seems unreasonable. Well, fine. I'm going to throw another one. Yeah, see how you like that? That's a second pitch curveball. Did you anticipate it? No, you didn't. Try this. This is a third pitch curveball. Yeah, ball 3. Have we not had one in the zone yet? Oh, okay. We'd better start pitching something else then. Uh-oh. Steve. Yes. All right. Okay. I'll tell you, Steve Murray, he does not move quick. Right, that brings up Scowling Frank again. All right, that one. No. Okay. All right, this one. There you go. That's more like it. Right, let's throw in a change up here from Jeff. That one's going straight to Crampo. Crampo to first. Out number 2. All right. And Ben Radical, as quickly as he's turned up, has been replaced by Pingu Pacific, who has, I don't know if she's pinch hit before this season, but hasn't had any results from that pinch hittery until now. Thanks there, Big Yam. All right, okay, running to first. That puts action at the corners, and his Flash Bandit, 3 for 3. Double, 2 singles, a walk. He's having a banner game. But is he good? Oh, crumbs. Zoltan, out. He was having a banner game. Right, Pingo's Pacific's out. June Rubble has come in to pitch, and June Rubble is not a very good pitcher. Whether or not that makes a difference, to be honest, whether a pitcher is supposedly good or not, has rarely held us. What are you doing, Zoltan? Are we going for that or not? And that one. What's the problem? I think what the problem there was it looked like it wasn't legit, is legit. Anyway, Zoltan's gone now. He will darken our doors no further today, unless we go on some kind of a scoring cruise. A scoring world tour. Given that Furious just got out very simply, the scoring world tour in question seems unlikely. Well, that's Papal now. He stares down the ball. Hey! That's the stuff! Papal there, decapitating our pitcher. I don't know if the pitcher's still able to play. Nope. Here's Milan, but June Rubble is out. Milan Bowman is coming in next. Not one of my names. June Rubble is in extreme pain. Well, I should think so. I just hit the ball directly into her face. That's nice. It's not nice. It's a video game. You're allowed to celebrate people getting wounded, hurt, and otherwise in a video game. It's perfectly acceptable. You wouldn't want to see it in real life, but you would quite like to see it in a video game. Here's Rourke Justice. We're at the top of the 9th now. Bulldozer Power lead by 4. We can wrap this up any time now. There's strike 1. Jeff Conservative. He's here. Well, where else is he going to be? No, I'm just saying he's in the there it is, and that's a Conservative strikeout. There's Fink Conduct having a good day, facing off against the Conservative, who is a little erratic, has to be said, this season. He's not the dominant force that he has been in seasons past. But he's still able to play. He's still quite capable. He's just not, you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm going with this, and in fact where I've gone with it as well. I went there. I've done it. That one's gone foul. Anyway, runner on first, 1 out, 9th inning, 4 runs needed to keep the game alive. Crampons, if he can do this, will do well, and he has, and does, and that's the ball game. Bulldozer Power come away with a win for the first time in a couple of weeks. And, would you say it was the difficulty level? Yeah, probably. Yeah, okay. So what, 1 point higher difficulty and all of a sudden you can't play? 6 substitutions for the Minstrels. That was the kind of disarray they found themselves in. Good performances from Papal Event Horizon. Yeah, I would say so, actually. Got a home run, couple of runs batted in, and killed the pitcher. This is all good stuff. The win awarded to Jeff Conservative, who, I don't know why. He only gave up 4 hits. Yeah. Okay, all right. Anyway, Papal gets your star player award of the day. Cindy Vapid in second place. Flash Bandit in third. I would have given Flash another point there. He might be a big loser, but, I'm feeling generous. All right, we've got 6 games to watch, and we'll get on with that now. It's Failurewood Hills versus Failuregrad FC. Failuregrad coming up with a win. What does that do to the standings? Failuregrad are out of it. Failurewood Hills needed the win there, didn't get it, and therefore are in trouble. Next up is Cheerio Inc. and Peninsula Transport. Cheerio are a perennial challenger for the lead, and there they are again, their 11th win of the year. Here's the Miggins Pirates against the Bumps and Medics. Bumps and Medics also on 10 and 7, but the Pirates look, well, okay, I'll take it back. Looked like the Pirates might do them there for a minute, but they didn't. And that leaves the Pirates enough games back that they may miss out on postseason. Here's Colonel School versus Colonel Space Agency. different spellings of Colonel there. And, well, this really could go either way, but the Space Agency have definitely been the powerhouse force of the season so far, and they won that one. Here's Bulldozer Ridge versus Stardozer HR. Todd Baubles pitching for Bulldozer Ridge against the Dutch Retro guy at Stardozer. And Stardozer with an early lead. Bulldozer try a bit of a half-hearted comeback, but it is only half-hearted, and Bulldozer Ridge get their 8th win of the year. Stegonauts next. Just about in playoff contention against the Beekeepers. A win here for the Stegonauts, all important. Managed to get to 7 runs, but throwing away extra innings, and the Stegonauts put it away in the 10th. Oh, that was pretty exciting. Our next game will be Bulldozer Power against the Dirty Nomads. And are they dirty? I don't know. It just says Nomads. Okay. Well, it's a Wretched Minstrels. I don't think the Nomads are particularly dirty. But Florence Bastille will be pitching for them with Hippie Impact, Jesse Flail, and Lazarus Recoil, their star players. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Right, baseball, there you go, that's that. Now, I'm rushing, because today's outro is a sponsored number from Enrico, who has got in touch via thewizio.com/Colonel_failure to stick in a request. And the request itself is quite lengthy. If we just bring this over here so I can face in the general direction of the cat. Here we go. Right, I'm going to read this. Buongiorno, Cornello Fallimento. It's okay, it's all right. Yeah, I want to hear how you say that. He said this. Looking at your old videos, you seemed quite sane back then. When did you first start manifesting symptoms of dissociative identity disorder? On a serious note, I'd like your enlightening comments on the evolution of your commentary style over the ages. Okay, you're not that old. 6 years. I've been in it 6 years. I do think the presence of named characters plays a huge role. So do I. Games like Bannerlord with Mina's Axe, Overcrowd, Mali. I barely remember that, to be honest. I flew through Overcrowd so quickly. Baseball with Cindy Vapid having a good day or not. Genesis, Software Inc., Project Hospital, Bumson getting everyone's shirt off, despite being very different to each other, allowed you to ramble a lot with the characters themselves, and that's a key point. Games like Automation Empire or Railroad Corporation, which don't have a Mr. Malley faffing around, end up being quite different. I do think in this second case, the audience really needs to like the actual game more than the first instance, where you can boot any kind of action game, any kind of game. Hello, MMORPG Tycoon. Interact with the characters, and I would still laugh my derriere off. Please illuminate us with your expertissima opinion on this. Grazie, ciao. Getting a very, very minor kind of Italian vibe going on there. Right, Enrico, great question. So my style and how it's evolved over time is an interesting one, because it does vary a little bit. Now, when I started out, I was going like quite well spoken. I've got a reasonably decent English accent, or rather a close to received pronunciation, which is how the Queen speaks, but softened down quite significantly. I'm not like, hey, hello, I'm not one of those, but I've got quite a decent accent, and in my humble opinion, and therefore I thought just dialing that up ever so slightly might be quite impactful. I ended up not dialing it up quite at all. No, and unlike certain channels I could mention, my accent is entirely authentic and it's not faked. Just saying that if you can't pronounce THs, you can't pretend to be posh. No, it doesn't work. Anyway, moving on. So how's it evolved? Well, arguing with myself, I think, is probably the first sort of switch up, or the first thing that played quite well. Now, I routinely talk to myself, and I've started doing it more since doing videos, because I'm so used now to the conversations that originally happened in my head. I speak them instead, and it's one of the things I learned early on was, instead of just thinking it, say it, and that actually helped in terms of providing illumination to viewers as to what the heck are you doing? They kind of go, no, wait, I've got an idea. We're going to go from here to there via this and that, and trust me, it'll work. But then I allowed the voice of doubt that you have with any cunning scheme to just come out as well. Will it though? Yeah, it will. And then you just bounce into a little argument with yourself. It's quite good fun because you just kind of go, right, one half of brain, you're positive that it's going to work. The other half of brain doubts everything. It's all terribly human, and it's just allowing what's cooking in my head to just spill outwards. Now, when it comes to characters, firstly, I always like naming characters. Naming characters is a lot of fun. I have a list of about 350 characters, which is known as the Circus of the Mighty. If you hang out on the Discord or are a backer of the channel, you'll be well familiar with the Circus of the Mighty. Now, the original members of COTM, they came about for Motorsport Manager, they came about for Planet Coaster, and they came about when I started baseball off the first time, which is why there are still some remnants. Steve Morrie, great example of a character. Bird Dog and Hair Bear. These are all characters that were part of the original batch who were backers at the time. So they kind of entered canon through no fault of their own. They just ended up being in there. And I've expanded on that since then. They now, quite a lot of them, form part of the Colonel School team in baseball, who are also made up of the Colonel School backers, people who are part of Colonel School with whom I don't really do enough backer stuff. But they all reside in a Colonel School team and are considered part of the Circus of the Mighty. Where am I taking them? Because I completely agree with you. Having the characters, when you've got little dudes wandering around the screen who you can have a conversation with, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And where are you going now? The commentary is relatively straightforward because it moves from being entirely self-generated, here are the ideas that I currently have, you move into observational commentary, where you can have a conversation with the person, with the little NPC there, and they can chat back to you, and they form a personality of their own. Quite a few of them have generated their own personalities, just based on recurring behaviour that they've had. And that then leads to scenarios where actually you put them in a room and just leave them to it. And that's what's going to be good about Shady Palms. It's coming touch wood, it's coming in the next week, Shady Palms. It's experimental is what it is, and I think it might work. We'll see. I need to turn the camera on and record it at some point. I've got thousands of ideas. I just need to execute one of them. But yeah, no, that's the way that it's evolved. And the way it's evolved as well is once I started talking to myself on a more regular basis in videos, I saw quite a lot of comments come through of, that was really funny, I quite enjoyed that, that was quite good fun. I also had some comments of, don't do too much of that. You can go too far. And I think I'm still just slightly over the line into there's a bit too much of it, but that tends to be where it's just me with ideas rather than there being characters for me to interact with. It's why the baseball series works so well, to be honest, because it's nothing but characters. What I've been missing for the last couple, I think, is kind of commenting on the batters and their appearance, their style, their behaviour, that kind of thing. I managed to pick it back up a little bit this week, but still less than I have done historically, and I think that in itself has made for slightly better commentary. The game pretty much doesn't matter. If it's close in the final couple of innings, I can never... Is, in baseball, the plural of inning, is it inning or is it innings? Is it like sheep and sheep? Or is it like... Because we have in cricket, you've got your first innings, your second innings, your third innings. In baseball, you've got your first, your second, your third inning, singular. And because I live in a kind of mid-Atlantic position, it's very hard to tell exactly which way I should be going. To be honest, answer it, don't answer it, doesn't really make any difference. I'll still get it wrong on a routine basis. But yeah, it's why baseball works, is because, you know, talking about the players is all important. And I've referenced throughout this series, oh, no, that's not one of mine, means I didn't come up with that name. And occasionally the game designers have come up with a name that I really rate. Most of the time, however, they're just a little bit mundane, I guess. Because a good character name should be able to conjure fun, lightness. You know, I think Todd Baubles is one of my favourites at the moment. That, along with Betsy Cthulhu, I think is fantastic. Spock Bumpson was a favourite for ages. Now, many of these names actually predate me doing video. I used to play a lot of Rock Band on the old Xbox 360. And I came up with numerous bands that were made up of various people. So you'd got Tintin, Hollywood, Bingo Hazmat, Cindy Vapid. I think they were a three-piece outfit at one point. But a lot of names actually go back further than that. Bingo Hazmat is one of my names from 20, 30 years ago. The system for creating names is relatively straightforward. It's not going to be that much of a challenge for you to unpick. If you analyse the names that I've come up with, you can probably find some commonalities in there. But then I've thrown in some extra kind of thematics over time. So you've got Exponential Tyrone, which I'm delighted with. Also, Hit 'em with a Mop Tyrone in the Project Hospital series. What a great line! It's just a great line. Once in a while, a great line will emerge, and it, you know, it all helps. And a lot of this is actually, you know, it's part and parcel of the evolution of my channel over time. And I'm almost trying to force an evolution at the moment. We'll see how it goes. And over the next couple of weeks, you'll probably see how it goes. But I'm trying to move into all right, you can throw some of this stuff out. Some of it it's fun, but you don't need all of it. Maintain a little bit more focus, distill it down somewhat, while maintaining what makes it different, interesting in the first place, and then maybe you can get something cool and interesting and unusual out of that is actually a little bit more digestible. Some of what I do is a bit like this answer. Some of what I do is a little bit long-winded and verbose, and it's because I don't have any difficulty in just keep talking, keep go, non-stop, keep talking all the time. So up until the point where your mind goes blank because you're talking about talking, and all of a sudden your brain kind of goes, where are you going with this? And then you kind of go, well, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'll figure something out in a moment. So it's kind of a rudimentary answer to your question. See, you drag it back on topic, and all of a sudden you've got fresh material. Yeah. Because it's a fundamental, and it's what I enjoy about streaming is the two-way dialogue that I have live with people who are watching. I thoroughly enjoyed that Bannerlord series, but I felt like I'd kind of been there and done it by the time I put a fork in that one. I thought, you know what? There's not much more to see here. You know, yeah, sure, there might be a moment where we capture something or declare war on someone, or it's a particularly tense battle or something like that. But we've been there, done it, seen it, done. Go for it. That's a done deal. So the quest is always there to try and find something new and interesting, and a way to kind of broach that. And I'm always on the lookout for series that have named characters with which we can form a bond. It's why I was very disappointed that Founder's Fortune didn't get as many views as I thought it was going to, because some of the stuff that happened in that was just amazingly wonderful. I would say that's probably my best storytelling series so far. I can't remember who it was would have a strop because their bedroom wasn't good enough, but it was just great. And when they all died, there was some genuine emotional moments in there. So there you go. Yeah, and as far as non-character driven games generating slightly different discussion, slightly different commentary, absolutely true. And my aim there is to still make it light and jovial. And I stay true to kind of the ethos of the channel, which is you can't play a game wrong. It's not possible. If you're having fun playing it, you're playing it right. I don't care how you're playing it, you are playing it right. In summary, then, friends, I'm on a junction. It possibly looks like this. It might look like something else, because on my route to the 50,000 odd subscribers that I've got at the moment, I've attracted little clusters of people who were attracted by me playing a particular game in a particular style. And while the biggest cluster is still the Transport Fever crowd, I mean, I've made tons of those videos, so it's inevitable. But that's the biggest group that I've got. But it's like, okay, well, which angle do you want to kind of lean in the direction of? And the answer is I'm leaning in all the directions. I'm purely aiming for, stop slapping your chair, I'm purely aiming for what makes for a good video that is fun to watch. And the more of that I can do, the better. So there you go, Enrico. It's a big answer to a fairly sizable question, and I could answer that for a lot longer than I have done. Hopefully you found this interesting. Thank you very much for your submission. If you want to sponsor one of these outros, ask a question, get me to do a dramatic something or other, I don't know, whatever you like, really. We've had a bunch of it. Head over to wizio.com/kernel_failure, linko in the script below, and you know, get your wallet out and see what you come up with. It's ideal for the loved one who enjoys a kernel failure video if you want to surprise them. Holiday season's coming up. Yeah, it's going to come. It's coming rattling up before you know it. Why not treat them to something special with yours truly? If they got a favourite song, get me to interpret the lyrics. I've done a few of those. It's worked quite well. So I'll shut up now. Stop trying to sell you anything. Good. That's it. I'm leaving. Thank you very much, Enrico. Lovely job. Back next week, more baseball. Back this week with more videos. But, you know, you don't need to worry about that.